Welcome everybody to my new video. Today I want to give you some development insights into my game Pirates business. I will show you the new buildings I created for the island, and I will also show you how I managed the performance issues which can appear if you have too many polygons on the faces. So let's dive right into it. I will show you the models in Blender, and I will show you the new models in Blender as well, and also the screenshot how they look in the game, because there's some difference between Blender and then how you put them into Unity and how you model which materials you put on them in Unity. So here is the old headquarter, which looked cool but way too modern for the pirate theme. So here I made a new one which looks way cooler, and here's already a small hint how I managed the performance issues. I will tell you how I managed them at the end of the video. Here you can see as well there's only one look. You kind of see them like this, and that's why I didn't use any faces over here or polygons over here, because you don't see them in the game. This is the first hint, but not how I managed the issue with the polygons. So here you have the storage, which kind of looks cool but not detailed enough and also not very fitting. And here you see the new model, which is way cooler. I think it looks kind of different in the game, but here on these planks, on these wood planks, there are the crates which show you how much filled the storage is. Let's move on to the next one. Pond is the same, so it didn't have that much changes, but there will be some small changes in the next update. So always check out the newest video and the newest version of the game. Here is the new crop field. Yeah, just some minor detail changes, and I forgot to put in the meadow, but the meadow I will show you here in the 3D model, in the model in the game. It looks really it looks cool, so I didn't do that many changes. This is the older wood production, which I like the building on this object over here, like the sawmill, but I didn't like the trees over here, so I created this new model over here with some small platforms where the buildings are on, and the trees over here. The trees are very simple. The tree stump is very very less detailed. I don't know. It's not that detailed because you see the building from this distance, so you don't need to make the tree stump that detailed. Here you see the old fish factory, and here is the new one. I like the new style very much. I think it looks very cool. Sorry. Here you have a small pond, a table where they produce the stuff, where you put the fish on the table and produce the trout fillets and so on. And here you have a object where I forgot the name, but there you get the water, the fresh water for the pond. Here's the clothing factory. This looks way too modern for the pirate theme, so I created this one with the clothes over here. They're hanging outside, not that detailed, because you see, as I already told you, you see it from this direction, so it don't have to be that detailed. Here you see the carpet, not a carpet factory, I wanted to say, it's the carpentry. The carpentry here, do you see the symbol of the factory, which is above every factory, but here I forgot it. Here is the t-shirt, and here is a fish over them, but I forgot them to put them inside because I wanted to show you the complete 3D model. Here you see the new one, which kind of looks way smaller, but it's actually the same size, and it also takes the same size in the game, because this part of the building over here will also be used by the people which are working here, so you can't build a different building right over here. So this space has to be free. Here are the new bunkhouses. This is the old one, and the new one, it looks good, but I think it still looks too modern. So I think this one fits the theme way better. It's just a simple tent. There's a tent already, which you see when you take the island over from the inhabitants which live there. That's already a tent, but this is a better tent, I would say, and this is the one you can build. Here you see the energy generator. I know I already talked about this in an earlier video. I know the energy, electricity like we know it today wasn't there when the pirates roamed around the world, but I thought the idea of needing energy to produce in the factory was pretty fitting. So it's kind of a mix of a timeline or of timelines, I would say, and I think that it's a good deal, I would say. This is the new version, which looks a little bit different in the game, because here you see like this is metal and this looks too brown, I would say, for metal. I made it in the game, it's way more grayer. And yeah, let's move on to the next building. This is the doctor, and I made this version over here, and in the game it looks a little bit different, but I think this one is really cool. So the medical issues, so that my pirates don't have any medical issues. This is the bigger version of the doctor. It's kind of like a clinic. So here is the new version of the clinic. It's a little bit bigger, but there also are benches outside for the patients, for the injured pirates. Here you see the swimming pool, which is an entertainment building for the pirates. And here's the new version, which looks very different in game. And here is the old harbor. And here is the new version of the harbor, which also looks very cool. But I'm not 100% sure if this is the final version of the building, because I'm not sure why, but I don't think it's perfect. But maybe I will take a look at it on another time to see if I do some changes. Here is the old war harbor from the game, and here is the new version of the war harbor, which also looks a little bit different in the game, but I like it very much. I'm pretty sure this is the final building version of the harbor. I like it really much. And here on this building, on this harbor, on this headquarter, I'll show you how I manage performance issues, because this building has about 467 faces. But if you take all the objects, you see it has about 700 faces. And the old version had 334. But the new, how I managed this is I separated the building into different parts. So here is way more, this puts way more details into the building, and this one as well. So if you have issues with the frames per second, so performance issues, so the frames per second drop, I will put in the code snippet over here. I check the frames per second every once in a while, and if they drop below a specific number, I think 15 or something like that, for a longer time, so it's about 5 seconds under 15 frames per second, then the details get automatically dropped. No, the details get switched off, and if the frames per second are still that low, the next details get switched off, so you have a less detailed version but still can play the game very good, and you still see which building is which, I would say. And the reason I don't use, as you can see, I use simple materials, no textures on them, only on the ground of, for example, the swimming pool. On the ground I use a texture, but the reason I don't use textures is because storage is very valuable on your phone. It's not that valuable as it was a few years ago, but it's still very valuable. So I don't want to put too much textures which take more storage into the game. So I make it as small as possible, but the game is as big as it has to be, but make it as small as possible. I hope you understand what I mean. If you have any questions about the buildings, how I made them, this, by the way, I think I forgot it, it's the Blender, it's a software, which I already talked about in a Q&A video. Yeah. If you want to play the game, it's already available on Android, and the reason why it's only available on Android is also in the Q&A video, so you have to, there are some relevant, there's some information about the game already also in the Q&A video, so check that out if you want. I would be happy if you do, but it would make me also very happy if you check out the game. And if you like the video, I hope you subscribe, like or comment whatever you want. I simply want to see what you think about the game. Every feedback is good feedback, and I think these are some good words to finish this video. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope I see you in the next video. Goodbye.